We are getting now super close to the launch of the iPhone 16 models, and I don't know about you, I'm super excited to see every single iPhone from the iPhone 16 to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And today what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about 6 great upgrades or 6 leaks about the cameras and what we're going to see in the upcoming iPhone 16 models with them. So that's right guys, today what I want to talk about is all the leaks and rumours we've heard about for the iPhone 16 cameras, whether this is on the iPhone 16, the 16 Plus, or the Pro series going up to the 16 Pro Max. I'm going to talk about all of them. Some of these you might have heard about before, but I'm just going to do a summary of all the big 6 changes that we're going to see on cameras going forwards today. And first of all, I'm going to talk about is the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Plus, as we're going to get some changes here. The biggest change what you're going to notice on the iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus is on the rear. The camera arrangement is going to be changing. It's no longer going to be diagonal anymore. It's actually going to be a vertical line. And you might be asking, well, why is this going to be a vertical line? Well, the main reason behind this is because of spatial vision right now, or spatial videos. This is what you can do on a Vision Pro right now. You can actually have videos recorded and watch them from an iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max, and it looks like that Apple want to expand this to the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Plus. Now you may think the Vision Pro, you know, that is for pro people, but it looks like they're making a new Vision Air as well, a budget Vision product coming out, and I actually made a video about this, so if you do want to check that video out, it's just above me right now. But going along with this for the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Plus with this kind of capsule look, it does mean that probably cases are going to be a bit different here, and we don't have to have the big square on the back anymore like we've had now since, say, the iPhone sort of 11 sort of series. That can be gone, and it can actually be made now kind of like into a pill sort of design, very similar to what the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 10s sort of models had in there, but obviously much more of a larger lens on the back. But to go alongside this, available on all of the iPhone 16 models is the next big upgrade. And it looks like that as much as Apple like to take away buttons and physical buttons, it looks like they're going to be adding in an extra button now. And this button is going to be a dedicated recording button. And a lot of speculation has gone around, as you can see right here, that it looks like this button is going to be for spatial vision or for spatial videos. This is going to be like a shortcut button to do recordings in spatial video, ready for your Vision Pro. So this will go alongside that first sort of report we just talked about, that we got the vertical camera lens set up, and then obviously with the iPhone 15 Pro Max like I've got right here, and also the other Pro iPhones before it, we've always had, say, the wide and the ultra wide here along the top, and this is going to be used then obviously for spatial video going forwards, and this is going to be really, really handy to have now as a button dedicated for that. One thing that I would say though, along with this, I do wish that this button can be just changed, not just to be spatial video. Maybe it can just be used as like a camera button, a dedicated camera button, especially in the likes of iOS 18. When that comes out, we can now change sort of the shortcuts on the front of your phone, not to actually have the camera there anymore. It'll be cool to actually have this now as a dedicated sort of camera button on an iPhone going forwards. But moving over then to the Pro iPhones though, there's some changes here. And one of the big changes is, as much as we've got these new 48 megapixel sensors like in the iPhone 14 Pro models, and then we got a 48 megapixel or redefined 48 megapixels in the iPhone 15 Pro models, it looks like this is going to be changing again for the iPhone 16. Not only are we going to get a brand new 48 megapixel again on the wide sensor, we're also going to get a 48 megapixel on the ultra wide too. It's going to be looking absolutely amazing now for your ultra wide sort of videos and pictures. That is going to be 48 megapixels. Of course it will be binned down and all of that good stuff, but I would imagine that with spatial videos and things like this too, it's going to look absolutely amazing. So there we go, we have that upgrade there, that the actual pixels are going up at last on the ultra wide sensor chip inside of this MacBook Air we have right here. And compared to, say, like Play Cover, where you've actually got to find the IPAs for iOS sort of apps and things like this, it makes Moomoo Player Pro a far better option where you can just get your games from the Google Play Store. It's far easier to set up and far easier to get into the games that you love, including shooting games and MOBA, RPG, strategy, and just casual games too. Users can even create customized mappings, and you can run multiple apps and games simultaneously, and you can also play games with your keyboard and mouse too. One other change that looks like it's also coming to all of the iPhone 16 models is we're going to get reduced glare on our sort of lenses now. One thing what happens quite a lot if you do take a photo, you get kind of like a sunlight sort of glare on your pictures or, you know, on your videos, and it looks like Apple are going to be putting sort of a coating on the lenses this time to prevent more of this from happening on all of the iPhone 16 models. So yeah, this is going to be really good to see this, that obviously your videos and things like this in direct like sunlight or artificial light too, this is going to come out far more clearer going forward, so you won't have that sunlight glare. I know the likes of say Samsung and things like this, they've managed to crack down on this, and Apple are probably one of the big companies out there who haven't actually done anything on this yet. So yeah, really looking forward to that coming. The next change, what we were hoping to see on last year's models of the iPhone 15 Pro, but it will be happening to the iPhone 16 Pro this year, we will get that tetraprism lens. This is that telephoto lens capability up to 5 times on the iPhone 16 Pro. So finally this time, it will definitely be a worthy Pro phone on this that will get that 5 times optical kind of zoom capability, 120mm kind of equivalent here. But what I would say with that, with new AI abilities coming out too, maybe there may be some AI zoom capabilities too with this iPhone 16 Pro. But this also leads me on to the next piece of news, and that is for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. As much as we got the 5 times zoom on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the 16 Pro Max, it looks like we're going to get an even better zoom altogether again. And here it looks like we're going to be able to go up to a 300mm focal length. That is the equivalent of around about 12 to 13 sort of times zoom capability, what is absolutely amazing. And I think this is going to be obviously working probably with the main sort of sensor inside and the lens, but again I do believe that Apple will be using sort of their Apple Intelligence bits and pieces to make this even better here. So we will actually see, say, maybe capabilities of up to say a 50 times zoom, or maybe matching other competitors up to 100 times zoom, just like Samsung do right now. Remember, Samsung will actually have a 5 times optical zoom, but using their AI and bits and pieces like this allows to go up to the 100 times zoom capability. And I, for one, really looking forward to that Apple will bring out this super zoom capability coming out with the iPhone 16 models. But with that, guys, though, that is all the latest news that we have on the iPhone 16, and specifically mainly about the iPhone 16 cameras. Are you going to be getting yourself an iPhone 16 model later on in this year, or even into the next year too? Let me know in your comments below. And with that as well, guys, if you have enjoyed watching this video, please do press the like button. And if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, please also make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell too. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.